What's going on, people? Welcome to the LV Live Show. I'm LV Live. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Once again, I want to thank all the new subscribers for coming by to my channel, man. It is truly, truly appreciated. Tough loss for them boys in La La Land, 105-95. Mikal Bridges, bounce back game for him, 22 points, 5 assists. The Big Cat, 23 points and 10 rebounds. But that was pretty much it. I mean, you had other guys that stepped up. I thought Josh Hart had a solid game, but that was it, really, guys. That was it. You could see where we missed Jalen Brunson in a lot of different ways. But it was a tough night. It was a tough night offensively. Disc Grover, what's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live when it's late night. It's 3 in a row now. We've lost 2 in La La Land. We want to go to state. Of course, these West Coast teams are beating us, man. These 3 straight games, and we got to figure out something. We got to figure out a lead guard, man. We got to figure out a lead guard. We're going to need it because I'm telling you, just watching this game, you just realize how Deuce is not it at the lead guard. Like he's better off ball. And see, to me, that comes down to coaching. Like he's got to be able to identify who's better running the offense. And I thought Campaign was better today running the offense. I thought he was. I thought he looked great running the offense. That second unit came in, and I thought really kind of, we were up in that second quarter, and I believe that's all because of the second unit. And so to me, that's where it's huge. It's big at because you got to be able to kind of have someone that's going to be able to kind of steady the ship offensively. That's Campaigns. We know he has issues at times, but if he knows he's in there to run the offense, I think he can do a really good job. And I saw him tonight really facilitating, just doing things the right way, getting guys in the right spots. Calling out the right plays. I saw him doing that. That's not Deuce's strong suit. And Deuce is struggling right now. He's struggling right now, shooting and all that other stuff. So he doesn't need anything more else on his plate to where he's got to run the offense and all this other stuff. That's not good for Deuce. It's just not. And so to me, I think that's where the offense was stagnant tonight. Mikal Bridges, man, is a great bounce back game for him. But think of what I told you guys. I told you, when they start running plays for him, he starts playing a whole lot better. And I thought that's what happened today. They started running plays for him. He was on that second unit, and he started taking over. Campaign started finding him. He started hitting that 15-foot jump shot. He started doing a whole bunch of other little things that contributes. Then people, he started, attacking the basket. He's attacking the basket now because the floor is opened up. He's got more room to operate without Brunson or Cat out there. Now he can really do him. So that's a big deal. Like, that's huge because now you need him to really gain his confidence to where he's the lead guard out there, with Towns and of course, with a good point guard running the show, whether that's Kolick or whether that's Campaign, whatever that might be. But the most important thing is that's what's key here is him getting his confidence and him being aggressive, him being assertive. And that's big because I felt we needed it today. Also, too, man, I don't know. I mean, I kind of sensed, too, that if it felt like they were kind of still kind of shaking off the rust of what happened last night, because I'm sure it's a game they felt they should have won. And so what I saw is a team that they kind of lost their legs a little bit. You can take a look here at the stats. Look at the shooting. We shot 39% from the field. They shot 42%. They didn't shoot that well. From 3, they did. But from the field, they didn't shoot well at all. Excuse me. So you see what we shot from 3, 9 for 34. Terrible. We were 16 for 18 from the line. That's pretty much what kept us in it. And the rebounds kept us in it. We out-rebounded them 53-47. Assists 25-23, but points in the paint 42-36. So we were pretty solid across the board. But the problem is we couldn't throw the ball in the river. We just couldn't. Said guy beats, man. What's going on, man? Appreciate you coming through, rocking with LV Live tonight. Tough loss to them boys, 105-95. The Big Cat, 23 points, 10 rebounds. So we couldn't throw the ball in the river, man, especially from 3. And so, of course, that's where we missed Brunson. But at the same time, we've been struggling from 3 all year, right? So, like I said before, losing a guy like Dante was big because he was our 3-point threat. And you add on Bridges, you add on Deuce, you add on, of course, the Big Cat. It all comes together. And, of course, Brunson and OG Anunoby. But losing Dante was big. Losing Dante was big because he was our 3-point assassin. And so he's going, I just called him a flamethrower last year. He still is the flamethrower, but that was big. So to me, that was like, the main thing. Like we just, and they were knocking down all their threes. You see what the number is. They shot 15 for 38 from outside the arc, man. It's big time. Big time. They looked like they couldn't miss. And Batum was killing them. He it was one point, he was 5 for 5 from 3 at one point in the game. So that was tough. That was tough. Tonight was a tough night, man. But also, two guys were on a back-to-back, man. So I felt towards the end, in that fourth, you can kind of see guys were losing their legs. You can kind of see guys were a little tired, especially a guy like OG Anunoby. He played really hard last night, so you could tell certain aspects he had it, but certain aspects he didn't. So, and this is a game we usually win, guys. The defense was solid. I mean, it's just we gave up a lot from 3, but look, we out rebounded them. We got more points in the paint than they did. And we shot, they shot just as bad as we did from the field. They shot 42% from the field, man. So, to me, I think the biggest change that you're going to have to make is you're going to have to change Deuce and put Deuce back on the bench. Let campaign start. We need a lead guard to run that offense. That's what we need. And a guy that is a point guard, not a guy that's like a combo guard, because that's what Deuce is. You could tell, man, he doesn't really know what he's doing. But we always knew that. We knew that before when IQ was here, and of course when Dante was here. Deuce is not a point guard. He's not. So yes, there were certain games when he started and he played better, but he also played next to somebody who could really, bring the ball up and handle the ball, which was Dante, and of course Josh Hart. He didn't really have to do that. This is when Brunson was out last year, right? So, I think that's the key here. Give or take a couple of stops, a couple of shots they miss, a couple of shots we make, we win this game because they weren't great. They actually, the only thing that saved them was they were knocking it down from 3. But the good thing is that I'm hearing that Kolick is flying out, so hopefully that can be the change of pace guy. He can pretty much run that second unit while campaign sits down because Deuce, he can't do it, man. He can't do it. And then, believe it or not, that might open it up for Deuce to start knocking down shots because he's been terrible from 3. So I think you take that off his plate and you have him focus on just knocking down shots, penetrating, and doing what you can do. But I think that comes down to Tibbs, man. Tibbs has got to make those adjustments, and I think that's something he's got to get better with. Also, two guys, let's thought Precious Achiuwa had a great night, man. Great night coming off the bench. He had 9 points and he had 5 rebounds and 2 assists. I thought he was pretty good. Thought he was really, really good tonight, man. He came in and gave us a really good spark, man. So I thought I love what I saw from Precious Achiuwa, man. So looks like their hamstring is okay. So once again, give or take a couple of baskets. I think we win this game, guys. But like I said, we couldn't throw the ball in the river, man. So that's something that we have to, work on and get better with. Until JB comes back, which I'm sure you guys heard, I did a short. He's not going to be back for 2 weeks. So we're going to have to figure this out until he comes back. But I don't think he comes back to the playoffs. Like, there's no need to rush him back. No need to rush him back and try to put him in a situation where he can re-injure his ankle, trying to play in a game that doesn't matter, right? So I think it's best that they sit him and let him rest. You know what I mean? So we'll kind of see. This Grover says 2 weeks is the reevaluation. Yes, 2 weeks is the reevaluation. So they'll reevaluate him. But I think it's going to be 4 to 6 weeks, man. He's out. And I'm leaning more towards, instead of the 4, I'm leaning more towards the 6 weeks that he's going to be out. You got to make sure he's good, man. You got to make sure he's ready. You got to make sure he's good to go. You can't really try to rush him back. So. Sega B says, Tibbs, again, doesn't know how his players know his players, right? Why start McBride when you need scoring off the bench? See, that's another thing. I'm glad you mentioned that, Seb, because I felt very similar about that. I want a campaign to start tonight because I think you need a lead guard to run that offense. But to your point, I didn't even think of it, and I'm glad you mentioned it, maybe because it's late. I'm sorry. But You have no scoring punch coming off the bench. Agreed. And so you're going to need that. Precious, what he did tonight, he's not going to give you that every night, right? I thought Shaman was solid. He had 4 points, and I think Campaign had 6. But, you need you're going to need Deuce's 12 to 15 points that he usually gives coming off the bench. You're going to need that right now with Brunson being down. So don't change up Deuce's situation. Put a guy in that spot that knows how to run that spot. Campaign knows how to run that. So let him do that. But once again, right, this is Tibbs. He's got to kind of go in there and kind of know his players and say, all right, cool, I'm going to put you in the best situation to succeed, right? So if Campaign knows everyone knows the situation. They know the captain is hurt, but Campaign knows the situation. He's going to say, all right, cool. I'm not here to just come off the bench and be a spark plug. I really got to run this offense. And I think he'll do. I think he's got the skill set to do that. This Grover says, wish I could share your optimism right now, LV, but what I saw tonight was a disaster. No, listen, just Grover, I saw the same thing you saw. I saw the same thing you saw. I didn't see any place where we can be motivated by, right? But the saving grace is that you could make some adjustments here, right? With the campaign piece, and of course with Kolick, with Kohler coming off the bench. And remember, Mitch is going to probably be back. Mitch is going to be back Monday, so that'd be good. Mitch could have played tonight, but they don't want him to play back-to-backs. They want him to be ready for the playoffs. So that could help. But blocking shots, getting more rebounds, right? But we won the glass tonight. We won the glass 53 to 47. So that's not really an issue. But, we were giving them too many threes. That was huge. Like, they were knocking down. Batum was killing us from that corner. Killing us from that corner. Oh, man. Okay, let me see something really quick. So the Knicks were actually playing good, man. We were right here in the mix. We kind of struggled in that first quarter, 31 to 25. But look, we tied up in that second quarter, 29 to 29, and we won the third quarter, 24 to 19. But look at that fourth quarter, guys, 26 to 17. Once again, having a hard time closing out games. The reality is this, right, guys? You got to make sure that you know how to, make the right call during a certain time when you're the head guy, right? Being the head coach. You got to make the perfect decision. You got to make the perfect decisions regarding the substitutions, all those things, and late game executions, all that. And I think that Tibbs has had a problem with that all year. And so now with Brunson being down, like I said to you guys, I'm going to say it again, you're going to see exactly who he is as a coach. Is he able to draw up some schemes and draw up some things to get the best out of his guys? Because look, perfect example. I said Bridges has got to be the lead guy. And I thought that they ran plays for him and he took advantage of it and he started scoring. That's all LV's been saying, right? So now he's doing it. The floor is opened up more because Brunson's not there. So now Bridges can really operate and do him. That's really, really important, man. And so now going forward, you got to say to yourself, okay, he's got to be the lead guy along with Cat. Then you sprinkle in a little OG Anunoby, of course, doing his thing. And then, Josh Hart being Josh Hart. And then Deuce coming off the bench, really providing like an offensive punch, right? So that can really help. But Bridges has got to be the guy. He's got to go back to, Brooklyn Bridges and average anywhere between 22 to 25 points a night, right? That's what's got to happen. And he had 22 tonight. Look at that number, right? So that's got to be pretty consistent every single night. This Grover says also too, man, what was it with Cat driving under the basket and then kicking it back out like 4 or 5 times? Yeah, I don't know what was going on with that, man. And then it's like he drives into double teams. Like I don't know what's going on with that with Cat. Oh, Cal. Also, what is it with Cal driving under the basket and then kicking drive? You know what? I think once again, I think that's him trying to make a decision on spacing wise, what he's trying to do. Because right after he started doing that, if you notice this, Grover, then he started pulling the 15-footer because of how Zubek was guarding him. It's just adjustments, right? So he tried to go baseline on Zubek. He realized it wasn't there. So he tried that a couple of times. It wasn't there for him. Then when he came off that screen, instead of going baseline, he just started pulling up for the 15-footer, right? So once again, he's still filling out certain things because now they're running plays for him. So I think that's, if you notice, that's what started to happen. By that time, the Knicks were already down like by 6 or 7 in that fourth, right? But he had already started to kind of break out of that. But great night for him, man. Great night for him, all together, man. So we just got to continue to build, man. Continue to build on this because it's going to be tough, man. It's going to be a tough watch, right? It's going to be a tough watch. I'm just being honest with you guys. We're going to pull out some victories. We're going to pull out some wins, but we're going to have some nasty losses here, man. Nasty. So we got to kind of be prepared for that, and don't jump out the window and say, "Oh, this team stinks. We're not good." Like, let's not do that, right? Let's be optimistic and positive about what the future was gonna hold, and of course, as soon as we get our captain back, but it's going to be tough for a little bit. But once again, like I said to you guys, and I'm gonna say it again, all this falls on Tibbs. It's what Tibbs decides to do, and kind of like how he decides to scheme and change up things based on the team that he has, right? Because now he doesn't have his Derrick Rose or Jalen Brunson on his team. He doesn't have that. So what is he going to do? Because he's got the horses still. He's got more than enough offensive weapons. But what is he going to do to really help these guys get to the next level? How is he going to be able to unlock these guys to where we can still win games and still remain like 3 or 4 in the league as far as the East? You know what I'm saying? As far as seeding goes. This is where the coach is going to have to earn his money. You know what I mean? Not saying he doesn't earn it every day. You know what I'm getting at. Hey, guys, I thought it was a great bounce-back game for Josh Hart, man. Right? I thought he was great today, man. I thought he was sensational. 14 points for Josh Hart. A career high 20 rebounds for Josh. 20 boards for him, man. Thought he was excellent tonight. Excellent. A great Josh Hart game. Great Josh Hart game. I could tell he really wanted it tonight. And, he played his heart out, man. And so I thought he was really solid too, man. A down night for OG Anunoby, right? Quiet night for him, but it's okay. He had really 3 great games. But tonight you could tell he was kind of feeling it. You know what I'm saying? He had to guard Luka last night. Then he had to guard Harden tonight, right? So you could tell he was kind of feeling it. He was kind of I could tell he was kind of getting a little tired, right? Because they just played last night. So we got to see, man. We got to see. All right, but listen, that's my show. It's going to be a quick one tonight. It's late. Tough loss from boys, 105-95. I will be back Monday night to talk about that Sacramento game. So hopefully we can pull that out and get a win out there in Sacramento, right? So see what happens on this West Coast trip. All right, but listen, guys, I appreciate everybody coming through, rocking with me on this late night, man. Just sliding through here with me is truly, truly appreciated. Please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Hit that like button. Hit that like button, people. Right? Also, too, if you're watching us on the replay gang, please subscribe to the channel. And also, too, please continue to leave comments. If it's your first time coming through, new to the channel, subscribe and leave comments, since I do respond to comments. All right, people, but listen, that's my show. I'm LV Live, Tough Loss on the Boys, 105-95. Let's try to get it back Monday against the Sacramento Kings. All right, I'm LV Live, and that's my show, and I'm out of here, people. Bird.